Hello everybody, Mr. LegoLover55 here, and today I've got a Bricklink order. I know, been a while since I've done one of these, but thought I'd take a crack at it again. And this isn't any ordinary Bricklink haul, because this might be one of my biggest Bricklink hauls ever, maybe? It's definitely the biggest that I've recorded on this channel. So it's, it's at least gonna be the biggest that you guys know of. You guys have no idea how many orders I placed during Ninjago Craze 3. But anyways, we got not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, but 9 separate orders to take a look at here today. In fact, this actually isn't even all of them. And now you might be wondering, what exactly could I have ordered that required this many packages? And well, hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will know. And spoiler alert, it is Ninjago related. So enough stalling, and let's actually get to cracking these packages open. Now, I've of course taken the liberty to prevent any doxing here. So my name and address is already sharpied out on pretty much all of these. And now, unfortunately, there's not really anything especially interesting about this order on its own, because these are all pretty much parts that I have acquired to build a specific Ninjago set. And unfortunately, I think this might have been the most obvious pile of parts as to which set it is. These are probably the most interesting piece from this order. Unfortunately, however, these are not the correct part that I had ordered. These are the elemental blade pieces, and this is the trans, I believe, dark blue version that was used for like Jay's elemental blade in the 2013 final battle sets. However, I ordered the transparent light blue version of this, which is more associated with Zane. So kind of unfortunate this ended up happening. We've also got this large transparent light blue piece. It's got a lot of scratches and stuff on it, which I don't love. I got all of these parts used, I believe, so the quality is kind of to be expected. It is just still kind of a shame to see them in like such quality though. After double checking though, it does seem like everything else is accounted for, so to be honest, that's all I can really ask for. And when you've placed as many Bricklink orders as I have, mistakes like these tend to happen a lot more frequently than you'd think. Alright, and the next package is going to be a bit of a weird shaped one. I was kind of wondering exactly what kind of box they packed this in at first, and then I realized the shape actually feels kind of familiar. And it's one I've become pretty familiar with in recent years, because it is actually a Ninjago box, specifically a Ninjago gimmick set box, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm so right. We've got the Kai's Dragon Spinjitzu spinner box, or at least, the half of it. So this is once again a pretty small order. To be honest, very little is actually standing out in terms of unique elements, except for maybe these Spinjitzu like dragon power crowns or blades. And then the rest of these parts, well, they're once again for a specific set, but I refuse to tell you. But you might be able to guess based on the pieces. I mean, we've got these large hull pieces in reddish brown here. Oof, those have got some dust on them. A lot of these I'm probably gonna need to give a good rinse and wash out here, but that's no big deal. Now everything is accounted for, however, I'm actually realizing I got all of these parts new. I mean, I think these are in pretty good shape, so I would consider those new. But I mean, stuff like this with just a coat of dust on it, and you can even see like the dust sort of surrounding specific edges of the studded surface, like there was a brick there. It's like, this is not a new piece, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. I would have been okay just getting like a used part. But I think especially when it comes to like reddish brown, that's it's just not really okay, especially with how infamously brittle reddish brown parts have been in the past. So when I get reddish brown parts brand new, I would expect them to be new. These do seem alright though. They don't seem like they'll break on me, but just generally though, that's That's 2 strikes with these Bricklink orders. Hopefully the next one can do a flawless. Let's maybe open something up a little bit heftier now. I say heftier, but then there's probably just gonna be a bunch of padding. Ah, always love when they got the the invoice slip. That's usually a good sign. Oh. Oh no. Okay, and I think this might actually be the first flawless order of the video. Everything is here and accounted for. The condition on all of these parts are pretty great. The wrong parts aren't taking the slot of the correct ones. Everything here is correct, and that's really all I could ask from a Bricklink order. So unlike the last order, I actually did order most of these. I think all of these parts used, and they're pretty much all in much better condition than I think pretty much every single part in the last package there. This boat hull piece is not seeing a layer of dust. There are a few scuffs and scratches here and there, but generally, like when I'm looking at the light reflecting on it, we've got a bunch of these dragon hilt pieces. Need these for the set that I'm currently building, but these are also just kind of great to have spares of. And the same goes with these season 11, I guess also season 9 weapon pack pieces. I actually never really got a lot of these, if really any at all. So it's nice to get some more spares in these colors. I know I have a crap ton of them in transparent neon green, thanks to Prime Empire, but I always like the metallic versions a lot too. We've also got this really cool element of the Dragon Blade from Season 9. This is again a part I already have. You've probably seen it in the minifigure showcase, but it's again just one of those weapon pieces that's really nice to have a spare of. We've also got a bit of a Bionicle in here as well. We've got these weird, I think, Robo Rider elements. I actually needed a few of these for a Taraga, Doom, and Nivok that I'm trying to piece together. And I got 2 of these 2008 jetpack pieces because I'm trying to repiece my 2008 Liwa that I had lost, and I'm trying to get a new version of. And I think this claw elemental as well goes to the Taraga, Doom, and Nivok. You know, the little red guy and the big bird. And then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this should contain some really cool vinyl elements. Oh yeah, we've got the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu. This is the depowered version. I wanted one of these to give to a custom Purist Kid Woo and Garmadon that I'm working on. Oh yeah, and then we got a couple of heads. We got an extra Kai face print from Prime Empire. Love just having extras of the ninjas' different expressions. And then we also have this female face print, which I thought might be good for like maybe a Euphrasia or something. I don't know. It's definitely one of the more generic looking ones, and to be fair, I think a lot of the Wild Brain face models for both the male and female characters are honestly kind of generic, and I feel like this kind of fits into that similar style. So could maybe use this on Euphrasia or maybe somebody else. I don't know. Oh, and then I forgot I also got this ponytail piece, which I'm pretty sure I got mostly for an army building thing, specifically again with Ninjago minifigures. That's kind of a running theme here. We'll probably be able to put that to use by the end of this video as well. All right, another package. Oh, interesting packaging this time. Oh, we got the messy packaging here. Appreciate the extra precaution though. We even got the packing peanuts. Okay, so another small order here, nothing especially crazy. We once again got some miscellaneous Bionicle parts that I need to complete some figures I'm parting out. I need this for a Toa Motunui because ever since that custom Gold Ignika came out, I thought it was a totally realistic and believable goal to piece together a Toa Motunui set. And I'm only realizing now how foolish an idea that was, because of all of the 2009 sockets that are in that set, on top of those large yellow like armor pieces that are like frickin' $100 or $50 each or something, and I need 4 of them. So yeah, probably not piecing that together anytime soon. But I mean, hey, we got to start somewhere, I guess. We got some of these spike pieces in Nougat. I honestly don't remember ordering these. I love getting new colors for just any piece that I would use for Bionicle mocks, so I'll take it. And we've also got one of those in dark blue, which is really, really cool. And then we also got one of these Bow-Rock limbs in dark blue. This was not cheap. I'm gonna be honest. This was like $3, and I think the main reason I got it was just to bump up the order total, because I think there was like it was either an average lot value that needed to be met or just a minimum price that needed to be met. One of the two. And this was on my wanted list to add to a Bionicle mock that I had, so I figured I may as well pick it up while it was here. And then this Technic piece I actually need for a, I think it's Liwa, I want to say? Either Liwa or Uxar from 2016, because I don't actually have a lot of bright green Technic, shockingly. And then I think just another little impulse buy, just something to once again bump up the order total. I got myself a Ninjroid minifigure, a classic one from 2014. Again, these guys are probably some of my favorite army builders. All right, but yeah, no, generally another successful order here. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this energy going, guys. Come on. Okay, I think it's about time we start opening up some of the bigger packages here. Oh boy. Okay, I knew this was a big order. I did not realize it was this big. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if there's like a lot of like interesting like stuff here that's like a one-off like thing. Most of these parts are going into one of the 2 or maybe 3, I don't know, builds that I'm working on, or sets. I mean, yeah, from the looks of it, that seems to be the case. He has everything just sort of separately bagged. Definitely is gonna make this much easier to actually sort through. And I'm gonna be honest, I might just have to take the night to actually make sure everything's here. I'm gonna be honest. So, jump cut. Oh my gosh, I'm done. I accounted for every single part in this order, and turns out it's incomplete. Thankfully, most of it is here. However, there's a certain group of parts that are noticeably absent, and to be honest, I kind of don't blame the seller. Again, this was a big order, so very easy to have made a mistake. I had ordered a number of slope pieces, and they just simply are nowhere to be found at all. I kept looking around to see, because the way the seller had all of the parts organized, it was sort of by part type. They had a bunch of the tiles in one bag, a bunch of the plates in another, a lot of bricks, and then modified plates were kind of in their own separate bags and stuff. So I would have assumed that there would have been like a separate bag for these kinds of slopes, but I haven't been able to find said bag at all. I kept looking around to see if maybe I misplaced it somewhere, and nothing, absolutely nothing, unfortunately. So my running theory here is that the seller maybe forgot to throw it into the package. But as for now, I'm moving on to a smaller package, man. I can't be bothered with all of this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like this might be a fun one. I know one of these I had ordered a few minifigures and minifigure parts, so I need something small and fun like that. If I can actually get this open. Okay, not quite the one I was hoping for here, but we got some minifigure parts, and they're all very nicely packed in their own separate little baggies here. So a very small order. We have some parts. I think the main reason I placed the order from this store was specifically, I think, for these 2 parts. Got a bunch of these bar pieces. Honestly, I probably should have ordered a few more of these because these are just incredibly useful. I have this Technic piece, which I'm pretty sure is for Toa Matanui. Again, probably never even gonna complete him anytime soon. And then we've got some minifigure parts for a keeper here from Ninjago, one of the island keepers. And actually, this kind of goes hand in hand with one of the parts I had earlier, this hairpiece here. So I kind of wanted to make a few custom just sort of background island characters, and this is kind of one of the variations you see of the islanders in the island where he's just got the ponytail cut and the standard keeper torso and legs here. I never really cared all too much for these guys. I think they're definitely one of the lamer Ninjago villain factions we've gotten, but honestly, it's just kind of cool to have multiple variations of different species in the Ninjago canon. And then I have a spare head here because I think I did order a few more minifigure parts to make another one here, so we'll see how that pans out. Okay, now I think this might actually be a really fun one. Now trust me, it looks big, but it's just got a big box or a big package for a reason. Not because it necessarily has a lot inside. Oh, let's see. Alrighty, we've got quite the selection here. Okay, now, if you couldn't quite guess what set I was building here, this should make it pretty obvious. I am building the Castle of the Forsaken Emperor, the Ice Emperor's Palace set. The one with the Boreal Dragon and these really, really cool vinyl wing elements here. Now, most, if not all, of these transparent elements are brand new, if I'm not mistaken. Aside from the parts that I need for that set, I also got a few other things. I got a bunch of this sword piece. I believe I got maybe 5 or 6 of them. This is the Dao sword that Lloyd most commonly uses. And then this other element I have here is this minifigure torso. I'll sometimes just browse minifigure elements on a store that I'm purchasing from just to see if there's anything good or interesting that I might like. And I found these teal pajamas, and I don't know in what scenario I would actually use this for my sig fig, aside from just giving my sig fig teal pajamas with snowflakes on them. But I don't know, maybe if I ever make a holiday like video with my sig fig, these will be super useful. Alrighty, getting close to the end here. Oh dear. Oh, okay, this is a fun one, that's right. Okay, so we have a bunch of Ninjago minifigure parts, as you can see here, and just a few full figures. We've got a Mare Guard, or Hydro Whipper, as he is so rightfully called. And then we've got a Blizzard Archer. Now, honestly, I'm just kind of grabbing whatever Blizzard Samurai parts I can get, because I absolutely love these guys, and I wish I had more of them for army building. So that's kind of what I am kind of doing here. I got like some armor, I got like a head, and I know I got like at least a torso or two in some other orders. Got an extra one of these season 11 armor pieces. It's a really, really useful armor piece, so I figured why not. Got some more torso and legs for another islander here. That'll go great alongside the other head. And I actually do have another hair piece that I can just slap on top of that. We've got some parts for I think a Pyro Destroyer, or just one of the Pyro Vipers here. Still need the torso and legs, but we've got the head and the armor here. Got an extra pair of Avatar Lloyd legs here, primarily because I think the ones on my figure are showing a little bit of wear, so I just figured I'd grab some extras just to have a backup just in case. We've got a rogue torso here, and this is primarily because I'm trying to complete a figure I technically kind of already have. I have multiple rogue figures, but the one I'm currently missing is the one that's included in the 4+ set with the exclusive hood. Now, I have the hood piece. I got it off of Pick-a-Brick, but now I'm just missing the torso and the legs and an extra head. So even though I do have extra just rogue figures I could probably just slap the hood onto, I would like to have just a full separate figure, just separate from those extra copies I have. All right, and here it is, the big package that I've been dreading this whole video, because it means I have to verify every single piece that's inside of it. Of course, you guys won't see any of that, but I'm gonna probably be up till like freaking 1 a.m. doing this. I could save it for tomorrow, but oh boy. Alright, yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty obvious what set it is I'm trying to build here once Oh geez, there's just loose parts in here? What? Oh yeah, that's open. Okay, so this seller has thankfully done a pretty amazing thing and sorted all of the parts by color, which I very much appreciate here. Or at least most of them by color. We kind of got a bit of a hodgepodge in this one, but that's alright. And yep, so as you can see here, what I'm attempting to build, you might be able to guess. It is a version of the Destiny's Bounty. Just not any version though. It is, as you can maybe tell by the large wheels here, it is the Land Bounty. Okay, yeah, so not like the best condition, but definitely absolutely not the worst. But you know, this is tolerable. I can live with this. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there's not really a whole lot in this order to really show off here. Again, I think the main thing is gonna be those sails, which I'll get some hopefully nice close-ups on. But otherwise, it's just gonna mostly be a bunch of assorted random parts here used to construct this massive vehicle. Magical transition cut to the next package when I eventually get it in the future. Ooh. 3 more packages. Oh, this one even has a little thanks on the back. Oh, this is a good one. And a really well-packed one at that. Okay, now we've got quite a lot of, I would say, interesting parts and minifigures as well. First of all, we have some Minecraft figures that I've been trying to get a hold of for a bit, specifically with the Swamp Explorer. And then we've also got, I believe, the Wolf Tamer as well. I'm still kind of in the background trying to collect every single Lego Minecraft player skin, and I was able to keep up for quite a while. It's gotten a bit tricky as of late, though, with how many they've been introducing in sets. And then we have a Nexo Knights figure. This is Ava. I think I added this figure a while back to my wanted list when I was still mostly on my Nexo Knights kick. And I mean, to an extent, I still kind of am. But yeah, no, I did want this figure because she is sort of a important character in the Nexo Knights story alongside Robin. So figured it'd be nice to have both. We've got a Season 11 Armor Kai here. Already have this figure, but I mostly wanted to get another one to go alongside the Land Bounty that I'm building up. And also, this is just a really cool minifigure. Honestly, a lot of the Season 11 minifigures are really good. And on the subject of Season 11 figures, we've got some Blizzard Samurai parts. We have this torso here without the arms or hands, unfortunately, though those can easily be acquired, as well as this standard face print and this Swords Master face print, who I actually also need for an extra figure for the Ice Emperor Castle. We've also got 2 of these Pyro Viper torsos. And then in terms of other heads here, we have a Garmadon face print just to have as a spare. This, I think, Creator 3-in-1 robot face print that I need for the Magic of playset that I'm working on to go alongside with Magisto Wu, as well as this Hydro Whipper head. But then additionally, we have some pretty interesting Bionicle parts. We've got a ton of these bright green Technic connectors. Mostly need these for Liwa, but I got a few extras. We have a bunch of these dark green elements, which I actually need for Nidiki to complete that set. I believe this actually might be the last of the parts that I need to complete him, so I might actually just build him up here pretty soon. And honestly, I think the same goes for this Bionicle mask here, which I needed to complete the Duma and Nivok set. As far as I'm aware, this is the last missing element, so I might just build that up as well, or see if I can. And then we have another part for Liwa Uniter, who unfortunately I still don't have all the parts for. I kind of need those trans bright green bow rock eyes, which are ridiculously expensive. Ziondro, if you want to make some customs, you know, I would very much appreciate it. Okay, so I'm a total goober and completely forgot to hit record when I unbox this next package here. So instead, bam, here's everything. And it all came in little Ziploc bags, which is kind of annoying and a little tedious, but I appreciate the effort. All right, we're done. Finally. But anyways, for starters, we've got a couple of minifigures here. We've got an FSJ. Primarily just wanted this so I can swap out the hood for his normal one so I can put him with the Land Bounty set. Though, unfortunately, I do still have to get the hood. How I'm gonna go about that, I don't know, because I don't know how pricey it is on Bricklink these days. And then we have General Vex. I already have this figure, but again, got him again, mostly for the same reasons as Armor Kai and FSJ here. So we can go alongside alongside the Ice Emperor Castle. And then we get into minifig parts. And now there's actually a just full-on complete figure here that I can actually just piece together. But we've got a full-on Season 11 Zane figure. We got all the important parts we really needed, including the printed hood, which is really cool. I don't think this was ever like an especially rare figure, but again, I really love the Season 11 suits, and I'm getting super nostalgic for the season at this point for whatever reason. So we have an extra Zane, and I think Zane's like one of the few Season 11 suits that I don't have like an extra of. We've got 2 Pyro Viper legs as well as a head, so I can probably complete a few Pyro Vipers with parts from previous orders here. And then we have these 2 sort of classic reimagined castle torsos. One of these is for like the Black Falcon Knights, I believe, and the other is for the Forcemen. We've got this OG Master Wu torso here, which I am absolutely using to complete my Kid Wu custom, and I can give him the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu and everything, which is really exciting. So that's another Purist custom figure complete. And on a similar subject to that, we've got these legs here, which I can use to make a fully accurate Young Wu. And then I suppose still on the Purist customs train, we have this hairpiece. Now this hairpiece has been quite common in the Ninjago TV series with Dragons Rising, specifically the administration agents. One of them uses this exact same hairpiece, and it's not the most common, so I'm definitely adding that to one of my agents. We've got this Bionicle head of Huki's mask for his minifigure from the 2006 playsets. I kind of thought this would just be a nice thing to have like on my room diorama that I use in some videos. We got this coin here, which is once again for the Magic of playset. And lastly, we have some more Blizzard Samurai parts. All right, and the final package. Okay, this one's all taped up. Seems like it's reusing some of packaging here, which I don't mind. Oh, never mind. They just taped the side for some reason. Or maybe not? They packed this kind of weirdly. I'm not gonna lie. Again, though, all 4 reusing packaging here. Oh, I see. So it's actually, you guys, it's a larger package that was folded to make it seem like it's a small... Here we go. Gonna be individually bagged together. Fuck! Okay, wait, never mind. It's actually not that bad because this is mostly got a bunch of slopes here, as well as more of these transparent elements. Some of these, some of these, some of these, and some of these. And then I think these also go along with the sets that I need to rebuild. And then in here, actually, it looks like we have another kind of an interesting piece. We've got this printed owl piece, which is for that, again, that Magic of Play set. But then additionally here, we actually did get another minifigure. It's once again another Lego Minecraft player skin. This one is the Miner. This guy comes in a fairly recent set that I don't really care quite too much to get. So I saw him for a pretty good price and figured, hey, this is perfect. May as well grab him here. We got this wing blade piece, which some of you might recognize from Lloyd's Titan mech. However, it was also used on a Lego Bionicle set, shockingly enough, from Uxar, Creature of Jungle, who I am also attempting to rebuild alongside Liwa Uniter. And I believe I have all of the wing pieces now for this guy, so that's very cool. We got 2 more Scrolls of Forbidden Spinjitzu, but it is the Fire variant. And then lastly, we have this Hero Factory 2.0 helmet in red. And I mostly just need this for a Bionicle mock, specifically for the like base civilian version of Jira. Man, this really is just the haul that just keeps on going. I need, this is it. This is it. After this is the last one. These are the last 4. I swear. Even if there's something wrong with these ones, that's it. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so the issue I've been running into, as we saw earlier, is that every time I try to get one of these in the Translite Blue color, which is, this one is correct here, I always end up getting sent the dark blue version. And now the seller actually reached out to me ahead of time prior to shipping out the order, and they actually refunded me for the inventory mistake, because I did get both versions to see if there was an inventory discrepancy, and lo and behold, there was. However, I kind of just assumed I wasn't going to be getting any of those blade parts in the correct color, but I managed to get one, which is surprising, and I'm very happy about that because this thing has been really annoying to get a hold of. It's not even like an especially like rare part. It's just so many Bricklink sellers list it incorrectly. But then otherwise we got a bunch more parts for the land bounty and Ice Emperor castle here, just all kind of mixed together. We've also got some Bionicle elements as well, because could always use some extras. I believe this might be for Toamata Nui. And we've additionally got some Borak eyes as well, which is pretty nice, as well as some additional ones here in Trans Clear. There's actually 2 different versions of the Borak eye. I don't know how many people actually know this. They revamped the mold for the Borak eye. So the original one had this kind of like bubble in the on the inside, whereas the new version completely lacks that. So it's a little bit more crystal clear. I do kind of prefer the bubble version when it's used as eyes, but in terms of like armor and just in general, just like filling for bodies, I do kind of prefer the bubble-less version, I guess. I'm actually using one on like a sort of a quartz type character mock, and I much prefer using the newer version on that. So yeah, no, pretty nice. We've also got this pair of legs, once again for the Magic of Play set. I believe this is for the Falcon Knight creator robot figure. And then we got another one of those sword parts that was used in those little weapon packs. Can never really seem to have too many of these, especially since I did not get a whole lot of them. But yeah, otherwise just mostly stuff that I've gotten for sets. Most of this order was kind of meant to be an amendment to the missing parts from prior orders that we've seen in this video. So we're another step closer to completing these sets. Hopefully after these last 3, we're done and there's no more mistakes. Okay, now I've actually been waiting for this specific order for so long because I ordered this like May 15th and it only just arrived today. I think it's like June 8th. So almost an entire month to get here, which is kind of insane. And it especially sucks because this is a very important order for this reason. This was the order that had the sticker sheet for the Ice Emperor Castle set, and I'm very happy it looks to be in good condition here. Okay, I've thoroughly checked everything. It's all there. We're good. And this is really exciting because at this point in time, I'm pretty sure I have basically every single piece that I need to build the Ice Emperor Castle, minus the remaining elemental blades, but you know, we'll get into that. I got the parts for the main builds. But yeah, no, otherwise not a whole lot interesting with this one. It's just, again, mostly parts for a set. Although these dark red, like large plates are kind of cool. All of these parts are brand new, so these ones got like an especially like kind of cool shine to them. Same with these Nexonite windshield pieces in trans light blue. Again, always love me some transparent elements, so these are really cool to get. Alright, I just want to get these last packages open because I am ready to just be done with this. I want to film the B-roll, and then I want to build these sets, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, and the good thing about these last 2 is that it's a bunch of different wacky items and not just parts to a set. Okay, but the most important thing is this bag right here. Okay, yes, we got them. We got 2 more of these elemental blades in transparent light blue. And again, I got the dark blue ones just to make sure the seller would second guess if, wait, did I list these wrong or not? That's kind of my strategy now. It does mean I have to spend a little bit extra to make sure I get the right one, but you know what? These things have been so annoying to get, it's honestly kind of worth it. I got a bunch of these shuriken pieces. These are actually the original shurikens from the 2011 and 2012 sets that were used for the shurikens of ice. They don't have the greebling on the handles. Got another one of these season 11 weapon parts, or season 9 parts in gold, as well as this dark brown spear, which I believe I actually did need for the Ice Emperor Castle. I kind of completely skipped over it though because it wasn't like a super important part, but I saw the store had it and I remembered and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me get this before I forget. We got another scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu. I'm just starting to collect a bunch of these at this point. And then I got these 2 corroder helmets from Lego Hero Factory. I thought these might be cool to use on like a mock for like, I don't know, shoulder armor or something. They got that really cool horn. They got kind of the blocky shaping. So I feel like that could be good. I want to get more back into Bionicle mocking again. I've been kind of slacking on that department, which is also why I I got this piece. This is the part that I need for my very large Titan project. I think I have one of these, but I needed two for symmetry's sake. But yeah, no, this was a really weird part. It was just an elongated Hero Factory like CCBS shell. And for whatever reason, they did not produce a lot of these in a lot of different colors. I think they made it in like 2 colors. It was this, and then I think it was used on Waspix in only 2 different colors. And that's kind of a shame because it's a cool part, and I wish they released it in more sets and in more colors. This is a Bionicle chain link, and I primarily got this because I kind of need one to complete one of these shadow traps on a set that I'm piecing together. Cough Cough Uxar, because he was one of the original elemental creatures I did not have. And for whatever reason, these chain pieces are stupidly expensive, going for like $1 each, specifically in flat silver. And even just like the old silver as well, they're just stupidly expensive for some reason, and it's really annoying because for these to even be really effective pieces, I need a lot of them. And I guess on the subject of Uxar, we have this really cool blade piece that I need for one of his wings. It's that 2016 blade with the silver blade marbled with the bright green. This one definitely looks a little bit more muddied, at least on this side, and then you flip it over and it looks a lot more normal. Definitely a bit weird, but kind of cool to be honest. And we also got this Ben 10 hand just because I remember I ran out at some point, so I thought maybe having an extra would be kind of nice because they're really cool, creepy looking hands. And then we got a few more minifigure parts here. We got this black samurai helmet because I actually just realized one of the helmets on one of my Ninjago minifigures is actually a fake. It's a bootleg. So I got an extra one here to amend that mistake. We got this hair piece in dark tan. I need this for my purist custom for Edna. I think I mentioned that in the last customs video. So now that I've got this, she's basically 100% complete. And then we've got this set of minifigure dragon wings. And I wanted this specifically for my Dragonian tourist because I believe these are kind of the same wings they have in the show, at least when they're uncorrupted. So I wanted to give this to my Dragonian tourist from Ninjago City Workshops because I felt that would be fitting. And then the last item we have here is actually a Legacy 2026 Zane figure. Now, I already have this figure. I actually already have like 2 of this figure because I got one in the anniversary set as well as the Old Town. But I got another one just because it was like kind of on the cheaper side. It's a cool figure, but I also wanted an extra of that face print, that really good, glorious face print with 2 expressions. I like to get extras of the ninja's different facial expressions, and this was one I didn't have an extra of yet, so very excited about that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the figure. I might just sell off the parts because I don't need them. I don't know, we'll see. All right, we're on the last package. I'm wasting no time because I want this video to be done. Guys, you don't understand. I really want to build this Ice Emperor castle set, okay? I've been waiting so long, for over a month. Alright, so this is a bit of another weird hodgepodge of an order. First and foremost, we have these Bionicle minifigures. Now, if you're unaware, Bionicle actually did have some system sets. They had a few play sets from, I believe, 2005, as well as 2006 and 2007, and these are some of the 2005 figures that I've actually never had, and I kind of just picked these up for the novelty. We've got Matau, Nokama, and Wenua, and I always found these ones to be really, really weird, especially since they're just essentially static statues. There's no posability, there's not really any head movement, there's no articulation. I'll give them credit though, they do look pretty close to how the actual action figures do. They're just kind of in some weird poses, and that's primarily so you can have them hold the weapons that were included in the sets they came in. I don't have any on me to demonstrate, but that is the primary reason why they look like that. Oh dude, what's going on with Matau's wrist there? That does not look good. I don't think wrists are supposed to bend like that. But then also pretty exciting, we have 2 more of these 2016 blade pieces in bright green. Once again, I need these for Uxar, who only needs 2. However, I also got another one because I need 2 more for Liwa, which is really annoying. And they're not even the main reason I placed this order, because once again, I was trying to get those elemental blade pieces in Translight Blue, and it looks like we succeeded. So this is really exciting. So this pretty much means I should have every single piece that I need to complete the Ice Emperor castle. We've got some of these Nexonite spear tips in trans red. I believe these were used on like a creator set, and I didn't really get a lot of these, but these are really cool pieces. I always love like the sort of holographic look these have whenever you kind of twist or turn them. We've got this Nexonite's Forbidden Power shield piece. These have kind of just been on my default wanted list for a while, primarily because I just want to have sort of a backing for all of the custom Forbidden Powers I made a while back. Unfortunately, I am sold out at the moment if you guys are looking to pick some of those up. However, if you missed out, I'm kind of working on another alternative for a way for all of you to get your hands on some of those, possibly for even a cheaper price. So keep an eye out, keep an eye out. We've got 3 of these green spike pieces. Honestly, I kind of wanted these just so I can make another one of those weapons that Lloyd ZX had with his spinner, but I suppose these also could be useful for Bionicle mocks as well, as do these in this light aqua color. I don't believe I need these for the Ice Emperor castle. I think I already got all of them, so I think I just got these just for the sake of it. We've got some more Borak eyes, this time in trans light blue, not the most common color, so I try to pick these up whenever I can. We've got this Hero Factory 2.0 head in white. Again, another useful part for Bionicle mocks. We've got this sort of old school laser blaster. Primarily got this to use for my Mr. F custom. I was using the Overwatch blaster in that video, but I always felt like this blaster was a bit more fitting. And then lastly, we have this Blizzard Samurai helmet, because again, I just love getting Blizzard Samurai parts. But that pretty much wraps up the rest of this order, and that pretty much wraps up this massive Bricklink haul. Lot of weird, lot of wacky, and lots of cool parts and figures and parts and figures of all sorts, from vinyl elements to sticker sheets and weird Bionicle minifig scale mannequins. Hopefully there's at least one thing here that caught you off guard. I have no idea how long this video is gonna end up being, but if it's a long one and you made it this far, go ahead and comment FujiDove in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel for more content like it. Always appreciate the extra support, and I especially would appreciate it after how long I spent filming this singular video. And if you're looking to get into Ninjago content creation, consider checking out the Crossroads Discord server. There's a lot of cool people you can meet and collaborate with who are also making some pretty great Ninjago themed content of all sorts. But anyways, I think that's about all I have to say, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I have an ice castle to build, and keep building.